This is a channel about fragrances for men, and I tell you my opinions about which fragrances to choose, and especially today we are talking about the house of Chanel and where to start in the endless amount of fragrances they've got to offer. You might already know Bleu the Chanel or maybe Allure Homme Sport, but I'm here to tell you all the best fragrances you should go and check out, so stay tuned. Let's jump into it and just start with Bleu de Chanel because I know that you guys love it, but I won't spend too much time on it because I've done a comprehensive review about all the eau de toilettes, eau de parfum, so I'll link it here in the card so you can go and check it out. This is the comparison of all the Bleu de Chanels, but let's say Bleu de Chanel. Let's start with Bleu de Chanel, and Eau de Parfum is my all-time favorite fragrance that I would recommend to any guy if you're starting your collection, or maybe you have started your collection, maybe you own 20 fragrances and you don't own Bleu de Chanel. How dare you? I feel personally attacked because you can't have a perfect collection without Bleu de Chanel, in my opinion. This is a fragrance that can go from formal to casual to just everyday to office. It is sexy. Women love it as well. So it's like complements everyday, casual, formal. It covers you for everything. If you find yourself stuck in your collection and you feel like you don't have that perfect fragrance for every occasion, just go with this one and then fill out the gaps as you might want them. But this is a fragrance that I will never stop recommending. It's so good. The woodiness, the smokiness, and yes, I love the parfum as well. Eau de toilette, not so much. So I would say go for eau de parfum or the parfum in the Bleu de Chanel trio, because parfum is a bit more exclusive, heavy, a bit more rich smelling, but eau de parfum, it projects a bit more. It is just better for 99% of the population, I would say. So Bleu de Chanel, there we go. It is worth the hype. It is amazing. It's an amazing cologne. I get it and you won't regret it, okay? And especially if you get it from a Chanel website, you get to choose 2 free samples, which I always do, and you should too, because then you can go and check out more fragrances from Chanel, so why not buy from Chanel? Next up, let's look at the Allure Homme Sport line, which sometimes gets omitted because people just go straight to the Bleu de Chanel, and I do understand it, but I love this fragrance. This is probably my most talked about fragrance for men on this channel. It is sublime. It's the Eau Extrême version. And this fragrance, guys, this is so good. It's fresh, it's minty, it's creamy, it's got mandarin, it's got sandalwood in here, a bit of tonka bean. It smells so luxurious. I always say it smells like south of France, a linen shirt, a yacht. It just smells so good. And in the air, it smells even better. So if you love having that, you know, strong trail behind you when you wear a fragrance, just this one is better than Bleu de Chanel in terms of this intoxicating, lovely scent trail that you leave behind. If you're looking at some other fragrances from the Allure line, I would strongly recommend you checking out the Blanche Edition Blanche. It's called, so it's got Allure here and then Edition Blanche. That one I find even more summery. It's also quite creamy, but a bit more citrusy and lemony in my opinion. It's delicious. I would say this is south of France, and then the Edition Blanche is like Capri in Italy, something like that. So if you love a bit more citrus in your fragrance, then I would say go for Edition Blanche. The other fragrances in the line are also awesome, but if you don't like the milkiness, for example the creaminess of this fragrance, then go for the Allure Homme Sport, but the clear bottles, because they're a bit more just of that like shower freshness, but they're not as special as this one. So I say if you like this one, just stick with this one. Next, we've got a couple that are available to us, Anteus, EgoistE Platinum, and I do like them a lot, but I would say that they tend to smell a bit more vintage. If you like that vintage smell of a fresh, like classy cologne for men, I would argue that Dior Eau Sauvage is a better alternative. Not Sauvage, but Eau Sauvage in those crystal, like old-fashioned looking bottles. All the fragrances from that line, they do have that vintagey smell, but they have a more modern vintagey smell than, for example, Anteus, EgoistE. I like them a lot, but I think for most people, I think you would have to be really into fragrance to really appreciate that. And I would say if you're just starting out, maybe omit them or just test them and see what you think, just for your own opinion. But I would say if you are not like a fragrance lover to your heart, then omit them and go to Dior, for example, for those kind of vintagey, fresh fragrances. Next up, we've got the exclusive line, and I would say there's 2 fragrances, maybe 3, that I would recommend for men to check out. This is the more expensive version of fragrances at Chanel. Not every store has them, but they're worth the money if you want to smell a bit more original, and if you want a bit something more challenging than Bleu the Chanel, for example. First one, I would say Coromandel, and you guys ask me if Coromandel is a fragrance that men can wear, and I would say totally. My husband wears it and he smells so good. On him, the note of white chocolate really pops, and it's like the patchouli, the very heavy patchouli and white chocolate. It's just amazing. When I wear it, the patchouli is the dominant note. Like on me, the earthy patchouli like goes to the sky. So this fragrance really is different depending on who wears it. So I would test it, but this is like this masterpiece from Chanel. Patchouli, earthy, just really earthy darkness, and then the white chocolate and vanilla, but the vanilla isn't like sugary sweet, it's like the most dense and like pudding vanilla. It's so good, and I would say it's totally just unisex. Men and women can wear it, but if you love it, like make it your signature scent. It's so good and lasts forever. Next one from the exclusive version, if you don't like heavy vanillas, go for Sycamore. Sycamore, it's amazing. It's this just woody, slightly nutty, slightly vetiverish, a kind of a fragrance for men. If you love your classy fragrances that are not like shower fresh, you know, that are just woody and spicy and slightly creamy, then this is such a luxurious scent. The only issue is that it doesn't last that much on my skin, but the scent is just spectacular. I would say if you like your Terre de Mes fragrances or something like that, go and check out Sycamore from the exclusive line, because it's beautiful. It's so good, guys. It's so good, especially for every day. And the last one that I would recommend for men from the exclusive line is Cuir de Rossi. So this is the leather fragrance, Russian leather fragrance, and I just thought about it, like current climate, I don't know, they should probably change the name. Nevertheless, let's focus on the fragrance. It is really beautiful. It's strong, it's powerful, it's like this non-bull kind of a fragrance for men. The leather is high quality, like that scent is just so powerful and well done, and I would say this is like a bad boy sexy fragrance for me. And you know, Chanel doesn't like lead with, oh, we're a sexy fragrance house, but this one I would say, yeah, it's really good. So check out that one. Like and subscribe for more fragrance videos. I'll link all the fragrances also down for you guys. I would recommend you go and check out Chanel website directly if you want to get free samples, which is always handy, or I'll link a couple of discounters if I can find some good deals for you guys. Let me know what other comparison or house videos you'd like to see from me on this channel, and I'll see you guys all again very soon. Bye.